Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the pilot episode of Unnamed Sports, the best podcast in the world. We got Aaron on my right, Eli on my left, President in the middle. We're going to be talking about all things sports, NFL, NBA, college football, basketball, everything. If it's going on in the sports world, we will be talking about it. So let's get into it. What are we going to be talking about today, Eli?
We're going to start out Tennessee, Alabama, one of the biggest matchups of the year. It's going to have major playoff implications if things go right. The college football playoff this year.
The thing is, the past couple of years, it's been getting kind of boring. Same teams, Clemson, Ohio State, Alabama. I think it's going to be different this year. It's going to be a shakeup.
There's TCU, Syracuse. We were
UCLA.
We were on it, yeah. UCLA. If USC
end up with like 8, 11 win teams.
Yeah, Ole Miss, maybe. It's crazy. There's going to be a lot of one-loss teams this year. As a Tennessee fan, it's going to be, I don't know, it's a little worrisome. But at the same time, I think we can beat Georgia. But if we don't, I can still see us sliding in there because of our strength of schedule.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes down to it, we have the best resume. Currently, we have the best resume in college football. But if it comes down to it, we have the best win in college football, and we have the best resume.
So far, things could get crazy because college football isn't like the NFL. Like one loss has it's more important than a loss in the NFL.
To make a break for season.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's we were talking about the Big Ten the other day. Like, what if Michigan loses to Ohio State and Ohio State goes on to win the Big Ten, but Michigan's a one-loss team? Do they have a better resume than some of the SEC teams?
Yeah,
I wouldn't think so, but as of right now,
I think a lot of the polls, like a lot of the voting, is like going based off of road wins. I feel like road wins and shit like that, like beating rivals, I feel like that's important. So I don't know what Michigan's done, but like I just thought Penn State was so happy.
Well, look at their schedule. Hold on, I'll pull it up.
I don't know. I'm just excited to see it. They might throw 3 SEC teams in there. That's insane.
I saw something where they would throw 4. I just don't see that happening. I don't think they do 3. Because it's like, even people get mad when they put 2 in there. But sometimes, you have to.
It could be 3, it could be 1. That's the thing. It's so crazy. Nobody.
What is it, Big Ten?
Yeah.
I'm about to pull up the Big Ten.
In the SEC, if it works out to where Alabama's only lost to Tennessee, Tennessee's only lost to Georgia, Georgia's only lost to Alabama.
Bama has none.
Well,
Tennessee, yeah.
Another team we didn't take into consideration is Illinois. What if Illinois? Say Michigan loses to Ohio State. That's their first loss. Ohio State goes into the Big Ten championship, plays Illinois, and Illinois beats them. 3 one-loss teams with Illinois being the Big Ten champion. Like, what do you do at that point? Or even, what if Penn State makes a push? What if they win out? What if Penn State wins out and they beat Ohio State? Ohio State goes on to win this, or the Big Ten. Stuff's going to get wild quick.
Here's where I stand on it. Ohio State has Michigan at home this year. I just don't see Ohio State losing a game. I see Ohio State.
Yeah, I don't think they'll lose either. I think that offense is too much for everybody.
CJ's a dog.
The only way they lose is a team like Tennessee or like Alabama that can keep up with them.
In the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying.
I think Michigan can beat them, though.
Yeah,
Am I the only one?
Because it's like
I don't think Michigan's quarterback.
Because Michigan, they're more like their best players are running back, so the styles just don't like
that. I mean, on the contrary, though,
Harbaugh, dude.
If
That's all I got to
go into a game and run the ball and dictate the tone and pace of the game, then you can beat anybody.
But I feel like at the end of the day, no matter how good they run the ball, CJ's going to control the pace. That offense is too fast.
Big thing here, I just noticed. Illinois plays Michigan. What is this? The second to last week of the season. So that's kind of big. If Illinois loses 2-loss and wins Illinois loses 2-loss Big Ten and they beat Ohio State in the championship. That's a 1-loss Ohio State to the 2-loss Illinois. I don't think a Big Ten team gets in.
If Ohio State doesn't win out and win the Big Ten, like go 13-0. I don't see a Big Ten team squeaking in there unless Michigan runs the table. But I don't think Michigan's going to run the table.
What about like Pac-12? Like, how are we feeling about the Pac-12? I don't see a Big 12 team getting in it this year, unless TCU win. I just don't see TCU. I don't see TCU.
Even if they do go undefeated, this is a team like they're just not going to get in.
Yeah.
No.
No matter
I don't think they're.
That's kind of bullshit, though. That's why I'm kind of glad that they're extending the playoff because
No, they need it this year.
there's been so many teams. It's like, okay, they realistically, Bama might have had a better team, but it's football. Like any given Sunday, any given Saturday, whatever the case may be, a team could lose. So like when UFC went undefeated, like that team should have had a chance to play for the championship.
It's getting wild, man. You got UCLA, Oregon, USC, and Utah. Utah's out, I'd say. But they have 2 losses. Why did it say they have 1? Oh, that's in conference. No, they have 2 losses. They lost to Florida and UCLA, right?
That Florida loss looks bad.
Yeah, that Florida loss is going to look bad on their resume. They're not getting to the playoff for sure. USC has a chance, but that loss to Utah doesn't look good. If they win out, they may slide in because the conference changing out. Because like I saw something where like people who vote on like the Heisman and who gets in like don't necessarily watch college football. They're just like casual watchers. They're just football people.
Well, let me ask you this. How do you put a 1-loss Pac-12 team in the playoff over a 1-loss SEC team?
You
I
can't.
don't think they do.
You can't.
They never have.
If it comes down to like 1 loss USC versus like a Tennessee who has like 6 ranked wins, what is it? They have 5, barring like South Carolina going off. Like, what if South Carolina starts to go off and Tennessee ends up getting like a 6th?
I think no matter what, at the end of the day.
I don't see a world where you don't have 2 SEC teams in the playoff this year. Like it just doesn't
Well,
make
one of
sense.
them's gonna have 2.
I just feel like eventually, like depending, say Alabama makes it and they lose to Georgia, they're not going to get it. But the 2 teams that make it to the SEC championship
So what
should make it in
What if it
if
were
the
to
West
go,
team wins.
Okay, what if it were to go Tennessee beats
If Tennessee beats Georgia, they're in.
Yeah,
right?
Unless they lose to like South
Exactly what
Carolina.
I'm
or
saying.
something
So
like that.
Tennessee beats Georgia. Say Bama gets another loss, but they still then it opens it probably like this.
Yeah, no, the Ole Miss would, but because they have wins over like
So,
Mississippi State, Kentucky,
Say Ole Miss beats
but they will. How do you think their last couple games will go? They got 5 games.
Yeah, look up the stretch.
Say-
Yeah, I'm looking up their stretch. It's kind of a tough stretch.
So if Ole Miss beats Bama,
They're in
and
the
Tennessee beats Ole Miss. What do you think happens?
Ole Miss and
You think Ole Miss gets in?
Ole Miss and Tennessee should get in. I don't know because
What if it's
Georgia.
like Ole Miss, Michigan, who has a better resume, both 1-loss teams?
Ole Miss would, correct? Depending on if how hot Illinois gets down the stretch when they play Michigan. Michigan will have that big win against Penn. Not only that, they had Penn State this week. They killed Penn State.
yeah,
I'd say Michigan might slide in over Ole Miss if they lose this.
If they're both 1-loss teams.
But I just don't like. I think Georgia had. Well, do they?
I'm saying
They have the
Tennessee.
Oregon win. They have the Oregon win, and nobody else so far.
Georgia they played the bottom 4 SEC teams so far.
Yeah, no, their schedule is so like. I don't want to say easy because it's not like.
Well, they
Their
played
top
they
game
played
was
Auburn, Missouri. Like,
Well,
They
that
fucked Oregon up, but Oregon
They-
did.
yeah,
Oregon
Oregon-
like shit.
Bo Nix ain't good. I'll just say it.
So that's their best one of the year, really. Oregon.
Here's what I think is going to happen. You're going to have Clemson. I don't think anybody's standing in the way of Clemson. I think Clemson's a 13-win bona fide playoff team.
Okay, hold on. Ole Miss down the stretch after they played.
We're saying
You got to keep in mind they barely escaped from Auburn this week. Auburn is probably one of the worst teams. Vanderbilt, of course, but Auburn's got to be the second worst team in the SEC
All right,
so
well,
far.
we're saying they beat them.
Okay, they beat Bama. You still got to beat LSU on the road, tough.
Yeah.
Texas A&M on the road, also
Yeah,
tough.
so that's a good resume.
Arkansas on the road, also tough. And then you got Mississippi State at home. Mississippi State's going to be good, and you know that's a rivalry game. You know how rivalry games are. The Egg Bowl,
If they win, that's tough.
it's going to be tough.
That's gonna be tough. I don't know.
Well, yeah, it's going to be wild. College football, I love it too. I always have, and I don't know, the NFL this year, it's kind of been, I don't know, it's a little interesting too.
Primetime games.
It's the schedule. The scheduling has been so bad.
Primetime
The
game
fucking
time.
Bills and the Chiefs. The game came down to the wire, as everybody knew it would. Bills and the Chiefs, the greatest game, best playoff game we've seen in fucking 4 years. Them, they put that game was at 4:00.
Yeah.
What? On prime time 4 times this year.
You got the Bears and the football team.
Russell Wilson was on prime time
With
last
the
night.
Commanders.
Russell Wilson was on prime time Thursday night.
Why?
He's been on.
He's been on primetime like 4 times this season. He sucks.
He's the worst.
Didn't he beat Justin Herbert? I wasn't watching last night. I had an essay to
I
write.
didn't fin- I didn't-
Herbert won. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I didn't finish the game because I'm not watching Russell Wilson. I'm sorry, but if
No.
Russell Wilson is out there.
I didn't watch Thursday night because I was just like, dude, this is a waste of my time. I have so much other stuff I could be doing.
Here's the thing. Here's one thing I like that college football does better than the NFL. College football determines like what time games are and what channels they are
Yep.
the week ahead.
Yes.
NFL does it at the start of the season. Like we already know the Tottenham
No, they
and
do.
the Cowboys
Do they?
on Thursday night in December.
Well, I was looking because I'm a Falcons fan, and they play the Bucks the last week of the season. It's still the date is still to be determined because it could be a Thursday, a Saturday, even a Saturday because late in the season they do Saturdays, a Monday or a Sunday night. I think that could have major playoff implications. That's a big
If you
game.
wanna
It's,
see
it's
them-
something to look at because
Listen, the NFC South is kind of like it reminds me of the NFC East a couple years ago. It's like
terrible.
the Bucks. They're not like they're all right. They have the guys, but they just it's not clicking, and people are getting hurt. The offensive line getting hurt. Not a lot of chemistry there. Brady's not this. Okay, I'm not saying he's washed. I'm not saying he's bad. He can still make the throws, but he's not. He's not that guy that's going to win you games because of him. He'll win you games. He can win the game, but he is not going to be the reason for the win. If that makes sense. So I think that team just
his receiving core is just so
They
good.
are.
Even old Julio is something.
they are. And that's the thing. But the thing is, they're just not clicking. Like Mike Evans and him, that's the only receiver he clicks with.
Godwin,
They don't.
he has good Godwin.
Yeah,
He is that. He is that. I think he has a better connection with Godwin than he does Evans.
Evans gets all the touchdowns.
You don't have Gronk though, so there's that.
But I'm saying the defense doesn't look that good.
Mm-hmm.
The reason they won the Super Bowl was because that fucking defense turned into the greatest.
Yes.
defense I've ever
Yes.
seen.
No, they had Patrick
They were
Mahomes
sitting
running for his
fucking-
life.
Like the craziest packages I've ever seen.
They almost got beat by Taylor Heineke in the football team. You got to think about that. That's nuts. And then they go on to win the Super Bowl. I thought I don't know. We got like
No
sophomores.
injuries. Pat Mahomes, no juniors. Pat Mahomes wins that game. But the thing is, also,
Yeah, his offensive line was out too, so that
if
helped.
all factors are even, I think the Packers. I think if Aaron Rodgers isn't fucking, if the Packers are not kicking the ball, down 3, game on the line, 4th. Why in the fuck are you kicking the ball with Aaron Rodgers 4th and 3 at the goal line? I don't understand that.
Aaron Rodgers, you say he's the biggest playoff choker of all time. One of them. I don't think so. I just think Aaron Rodgers is amazing. I think he's amazing.
But the thing is, I do too. As far as quarterback talent, skill wise, Aaron Rodgers, top 3 all time minimum. He might be the best. But the thing about him is, I believe like there's certain people. It's just in their DNA to win. Like it's just luck. It's really like just
Brady.
I feel like
Brady, you say you think he sold his soul to the devil.
It's just
That's one thing that I'm
telling you, it's all the universe. Like Brady definitely has done some questionable shit to get them 7 rings.
going back, like I think something had something to do with Tennessee winning that football game. Going back to that because, like, I don't think the kick that he got blocked, it got tipped. I do not think it was going in if it got high. Because the wind was. You said the wind was strong. You were there. He was there.
But I feel like everybody knew they were going there. Like it was destiny. Like no,
Yes,
no matter
no.
how much you were stressed,
Yeah.
like even when what's his name fumbled.
Hooker, yeah.
Yeah.
What a
Like
moment. Dude.
even they was down 7, 2 minutes and a half on the clock. Like it just felt like they was gonna win the game.
Oh yeah.
It did. It did.
I had battered ball syndrome. Dude.
I think
Yeah, that's a thing.
Whenever we fumbled and the fumble 6, I was like, well, we have a chance.
from the
See,
kickoff-
there's that, and I didn't, and but in the back of my mind, I'm like, this game, it just feels different. Like Tennessee feels different in this moment.
They never, every single drive, there wasn't really bad drives. The only bad drives, Hendon missed like a deep ball on him or something. Like there was every bad drive there could have been, like, you know what I mean?
Something we need to talk about. Darnell Washington, the left tackle for Tennessee, locked Will Anderson up. He had one pressure and it wasn't on him. And the one pressure he did was the interception Hooker threw. He grabbed our right tackle and just pushed him into Hooker's lap, and he overthrew Brew McCoy, and it caused a pick. But Will Anderson was a non-factor really during that game. It's impressive, honestly.
Will hasn't been looking good this year. I think it has a lot to do with Bama. I think the guys at Bama aren't really.
I don't think there's.
I think it has something to do with him. Like, I don't know what it is, but I think they're just not going as hard for him.
He's losing his sauce.
I think so, because Will Anderson, as a freshman, as a sophomore, like the best three pass rushers last year, they got drafted, who was Thibodeau, Trayvon Walker, and Aiden Hutchinson.
Trayvon Walker the most.
Combined, all three of their pressures, Will Anderson had more pressures.
Is he the most non-talked about first overall pick
Trayvon
ever?
Walker,
Yes.
yeah.
I haven't heard anything about him this year.
We'll speak on that in a second, but hold on, let me speak on Will Anderson. He had more pressures than all three of them combined last year. The year before that, as a freshman, true freshman, he led the league, led the NCAA in pressures. And this year, he looks pedestrian. Like, I don't know, he's like a regular guy.
Do you think some of that could be like a scheme thing?
I think it is.
I think, yeah, but at the end of the day, it's not like he is getting doubled, but if you're a guy in college like that, like, you're going to eat. Like, Clowney, they fucking doubled Clowney. But you're going to eat, yeah. You're 100%.
Vita Vea.
Myles Garrett was getting fucking stupid coverages.
Yeah.
He was eating.
Yeah, he was.
Will Anderson's good enough to eat, I think. I don't think he cares.
Hey, Jahmyr Gibbs is
He's
so good.
Super nice.
When he was in the portal, I was like, Tennessee's got to pull him in, but we never did.
He's one of them guys on Madden, he'll never have crazy speed, but his acceleration will be like...
He was just like jogging. He was just jogging, and then he hit a button. I don't know. I think he just hit RT on the controller and took off.
It's his acceleration, bro.
And his cutbacks are insane. He made Trayvon Flowers
I would love
stupid.
This is what I need right here. Falcons next year. Jahmyr Gibbs, second round pick. Because Cordero, he can do everything Cordero does. But he's just younger. So we're gonna have him in the running back room with Cordero. And
He's just not. I don't think he can make it. Like Cordero can
Cordero
he can like boss or somebody.
a lot bigger.
Yeah, that's just something you don't have. But at the same time, he's shiftier.
I'm talking
Honestly,
about in the backfield. I don't want him to go out wide.
Yeah.
We have our running back room is gonna be nice. We have Williams. We have Algier.
Jameer.
We have Cordero. If we get Jahmyr, dude, that running back room is insane. Our blocking schemes, Arthur Smith. I was hating on him. If you watch the film, the Atlanta Falcons we're smash mouth fucking football. I'm telling you. If you're a fan of running the ball or a fan of real football, real grit and grind teams, the Falcons are the best team in the league for that. I'm telling you, our offensive line, it looks beautiful. And we don't even have any big names on the offensive line. A lot of guys are in their second and third year, their first year starting on the team because Alex Mack is gone now.
Jake Matthews is the only one.
Jake Matthews.
Him and Grady are the only two from the Super Bowl team. You know.
And then we got the best right guard in the league according to PFF. We got Chris Lindstrom. We got Matt Hennessy. This is his first year starting, and we got him at center.
Underrated, Young Wei Koo. That man has a boot.
Top 5 kicker in the league.
He is. Tucker's untouchable, but that man, he's good. He's consistent. That's what I like about him. And having a good kicker is underrated.
2 years ago, Young Wei Koo had more points than our offense. He won us more games than Matt Ryan and Julio Jones did. So, Young Wei Koo deserves it. Okay? I'm telling you. Once we get these roster pieces, it's like a winning culture. You can tell when the team's about to turn around. Like, you could tell that the Bills were about to get good. Josh Allen was ass as a rookie, but his second year, when you could see developments, maybe the Bills weren't that good. Maybe they didn't have guys to throw to, but you could tell that they were going to eventually be good. And they went out.
There's a couple examples of that.
We just need to go out and get a Diggs. I'm not saying like a receiver, but a superstar that's going to push us. That's what we need.
Hey, you want to play a game?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go through NFL teams, and we're gonna tell if that quarterback's their guy.
I don't like it.
Mac Jones.
No.
Mm.
I like Bailey Zappi more.
He does. He was big on him in the
And I was
draft.
big
remember
on
that.
Bailey
Yeah.
Zappi when he was in college. Fucking passed for 56 touchdowns. The NCAA record. Yes, sir. What's the school?
Western Kentucky.
Western Kentucky. 56 touchdowns. I mean, come on. No matter who you're playing against, if you throw 56 touchdowns in that limited amount of games, you know what's going on. I don't think Bailey Zappi's that guy, but I like him.
All right. Next one's Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
He's had a
You
good
think
year.
Daniel Jones?
He's had a
I
good year.
do. He's that guy.
See, I'm not sold on it. He's got the amazing not attributes, but like skill. He's just stupid.
But he's not this year. He's not. I'm telling you.
He's played some good
He's
football.
played-
Saquon's a dog. Let's say that. I'll just say that.
He is. But Daniel Jones is the MVP of that offense.
Yeah, as a Titans fan, week one.
And
I'm a Titans and Falcons fan. Eat me.
Yeah.
Double they hate on me all the time. I am. I watch them both split screen at my house every Sunday, and I know just about every player on each team. But week one I was so mad, but then I just watched it. Saquon was just running all over. We couldn't do that, and we have.
He fits the culture. Like he's not a pretty guy. Like New York, they don't. That's not what they want. He's a fucking dog, bro. He ran. He did. Fucking, even when they were asked, he was still showing flashes. That 80-yard run. I don't give a fuck. He fell down like stupid. The fact that
Daniel Jones,
in the red zone, bro, they're containing.
he took off on him.
He finds a hole, cuts up through that bitch, and outruns everybody. There's no one within even.
Is
20 yards.
Kenny Galladay the worst signing since like?
What they signed him for?
Yeah, it was a couple of years, but it was quite a bit of money. Do the Titans have the most underrated defense in the NFL? I think they do.
Falcons.
The Falcons, honestly, I think the Titans. I mean, it's respected, but I think it's top three. I can't think of three defenses better in the NFL. The Eagles as of right now. I don't know about the Bills. I still think. I mean, Josh Allen's doing all over, but we had three corners out. Nobody even looks at that. Nobody cares. We got blew up by the Bills. We had three corners out, which is honestly our strength is our DBs. Wasn't Hooker out or was it Hooker? Hooker was out. Our safety, the most underrated safety in the NFL. I don't know. I just think things would have been different if we had our DB core just healthy. So they got to fire a trainer, dude. Every year we're just depleted.
I think the Bills have a better pass rush.
No.
Have a better
Jeffrey
safety
Simmons.
in the league.
Jeffrey
The
Simmons.
Bills' defense is better.
The Nico Autry and Jeffrey Simmons. They're good, but they're not the Bills. Yeah.
What's his name? Their worst pass rusher is Gregory Sutton. He is like
Back to the Giants. Do they have a top three pass rush in the NFL? Their defensive line is so good. You have the Bills, the Eagles, I guess.
the fucking Rams.
The Rams, just that's one thing about the Titans. Jeffrey Simmons.
Yeah.
He just makes their defense. Just gives quarterbacks and running backs
The
hell.
Falcons really don't have no pass rushers.
Grady's a dog. And then what's that rookie? I always forget his name. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think the Titans. I don't know. I don't think they'll ever do anything with Tannehill.
Yeah, me neither.
I think their
Sadly.
best chance was 3 years ago. Whenever it was.
When they went to the FC Championship. Yeah.
They could have won something then because
Patty.
even though I think Derrick Henry is an anomaly running back wise, most running backs at his age they had a drop. I think he'll stay steady for at least a couple more years, and even after that, he can still be like a productive guy in the backfield. But even with that, I don't see them do anything.
We have a Super Bowl winning defense. If we had anything on offense, we would be way better. Literally, we have Traylon Burks who's iffy right now. He's injury prone.
Traylon Burks, he's not even a top 10 rookie wide receiver.
He's hurt. He's been hurt. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was on that. We drafted an asthmatic receiver.
He's been hurt no matter what. He's not top 10. We can go through 10 right now.
I think Traylon Burks is good. He's really good after the catch.
I can do 10.
Let's hear it.
Number 1, Drake London.
Okay.
Number 2, Chris Olave.
Yeah.
Number 3, Garrett Wilson. Number 4, Jahan Dotson. Dude.
Yeah.
he's fucking-
Yeah.
Let me think.
Well, I got so Brees Hall.
Would you say
He's a
Pickens?
running back.
Would you say
Oh, wait, we're doing receivers. You can name 10 receivers better than Traylon Burks. Are you kidding me? Pickens for sure. All right.
That's 5. So that's top
He's been hurt. You gotta keep in mind. he's
Okay,
hurt.
I'm just naming
All
guys.
right.
I'm trying to think of guys. Do that for me.
Well, Jameson Williams when he gets back.
But we haven't seen him. So
Still, I'm gonna throw him in there. I think he's top 3. I've been banking on that for a while.
You got Scott Moore for the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say that.
Well, Romeo Dobbs from the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
Would you say he's been? I don't think he's gonna be.
I'm not saying he is. Okay.
Kyle Phillips for the Titans. Been pretty good.
No, he's not better than Burks.
Okay, maybe let's stop at 6. Maybe.
I just don't think you can. I don't even think you can. He's pushing top 5. Drake London's the best. Chris Olave is close to. And then the rest
Okay.
are just.
I give him 7. He's the 7th best. That's not a first round pick. You don't trade your fucking friend. Even though he requested a trade, I understand that.
No, he didn't request a trade. We just didn't want to give him the money. He was
Okay,
asking
I
for.
understand that. It's the same thing.
Injury prone. He didn't play a single.
It doesn't
full
matter.
season.
Listen, at the end of the day, you get more value out of it. AJ Brown is playing. His team is undefeated. He's playing for the best team in the NFL. And what did the Titans get in return? The 7th best rookie receiver, not the 1st best. They didn't go get a guy that was going to change the franchise. They didn't go get a guy that was going to even equal the production that AJ was giving them in his fucking. Even if AJ is only playing 12 games a season.
I don't. As a Titans fan, I trust John Robinson. He's one of the best. He's one of the best
But
out
the
there.
thing is, you have to get production. Like they didn't get anything back. What did they?
Well,
get?
you're gonna get production later on. He's coming back. He had a kick, toe or something.
Who do you
Turf
want?
toe.
Be realistic. What do you want? 12 games of AJ Brown, 17 games of Traylon Burks.
You know.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
easily
So you have
AJ Brown. No, I just the money. The money was a thing. Was a factor.
That's what I'm saying. Even if the money,
But yeah, I mean,
you
he's.
have to get more value back. AJ Brown is playing for he is the number 1 receiver on the best team in the NFL right now.
Yep.
And the Titans
Yep.
allowed that to happen. And they got the 7th best rookie receiver.
We don't. Our receiving core is Robert Woods has been fine.
But they could have got one of them other guys that we just named.
Yeah, I know. No, they went. Burks went 4th.
Jameson.
He was the 4th off the
No,
board.
Jameson wasn't on the board. Okay.
Jamison went off, and
Yeah,
Olave.
okay, 4th off the board.
Yeah, and then who are the others you named? That's Williams,
Jahan Dotson
Olave,
was there.
Jahan Dotson was there.
Dude, he's balling. Look at his stats.
I know he's balling. I have him on my fantasy team on my bench, but he doesn't get targeted. He's just an insane red zone target. Insane red zone target.
Yeah, he's playing with fucking Carson Wentz too.
That is a fact. He was hurt this week, wasn't he? Yeah.
I don't remember who else he said.
I don't know. I just watching Burks because I watch every time game, of course.
Pickens was on the board.
Oh yeah, Pickens. I said Pickens is the best wide receiver. At the beginning of the draft, I was like, Pickens is the best wide receiver on the board.
I'm not gonna lie, I was a Jameson Williams guy.
You were? I was
I'm
always a
it's
Pickens
not-
guy.
wait, like, it's not
Always.
even
Ever
a
since his
fucking-
freshman year of college, I was a Pickens guy.
I was a Jameson and I was a Garrett Wilson guy, but really, it's not. I don't think it's a question. Like,
Pickens just has attitude issues.
but
That's why I guess that's why the NFL teams were overlooking him. But his intangibles are just insane. What is he? 6'4", 6'5"? He's the dog. He block like a man.
That's the shit you can't teach. But Drake London, I don't think.
No, Drake's the
I
best.
think he would easily, undisputedly, have the best career of all guys.
Olave maybe. If the Saints ever figure out a quarterback, I hope they don't.
Drake,
You don't?
I don't.
I just Olave. I don't know. He's just so smooth.
Olave, I feel like he's like his peak is like Emmanuel Sanders in my head.
Good comparison.
Drake London's peak is like fucking Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall. The very good Hall of Fame. Have y'all seen that guy on TikTok that does that? It's like the very good Hall of Fame, but the guys that aren't good enough to make it in the Hall of Fame.
The Hall of Very Good.
The Hall of Very Good. That's it. I think Brandon Marshall. He didn't want on Jamal Charles.
Jamal Jones is good as fuck.
Yeah.
Fantasy, he's the 5 years.
I don't know. I feel like people look at fantasy a lot too to see how good players are.
Yeah, I feel like, okay, this is one thing we need to address, especially here on the pilot episode. A lot of these takes coming in from people that you speak sports to, or anybody, especially on the internet, especially in person, everywhere. A lot of these takes are formed off of Instagram reels, Instagram clips,
Yes.
TikTok, everything. A lot of
Fantasy's a big like even like players like they'll catch a
fantasy,
It's
Madden,
just-
video games. Listen, almost every take that you hear, a lot of takes, they're just recycled. Everybody's just saying the same shit over and over and over. We're over here saying some new, different stuff. If you want to hear some new takes, okay, you come here and you listen to us because all these other podcasts are just recycling the same shit. If it's a controversial take they have, it's something that they heard from somebody else, and they're just saying it in a different way, just trying to get a reaction. Everything that we say over here is genuine.
we watch and we make
And we watch.
assumptions
We go
off what we watch.
And we make assumptions off of games, not off of narratives or agendas being pushed on the internet. Okay? This is all real, live opinions.
I remember when people were saying Darnell Mooney was like a just because he did that one thing. But dude, people don't understand how hard the cornerback position is in the NFL. Like Jalen
He's
Ramsey,
going to get
he
cooked.
gets beat on one route, and people are like, "Oh, that guy's going to be."
If you run a perfect double move, it's impossible to learn. No, it's fucking Deion Sanders.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You gotta have hands. You gotta, I don't know, ball tracking ability. You have to have contested catch ability. Like everybody's drafting like who's John Ross? Was that the fast guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, they drafted John Ross because it's the next Tyreek Hill. But Tyreek is a dog.
This is one of my biggest, hottest takes of all time. If John Ross goes to a team, if John Ross goes to the Chiefs and Tyreek Hill does not go, Tyreek Hill goes to the Bengals, John Ross would be better than Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill would be out the league.
No, one of your craziest theories of all time. This is going back. This is basketball. Was if Carmelo Anthony went to the Pistons?
That's 100%.
That is one of my favorite talking points ever because it's kind of nuts to think about. People don't know. People do not think about it.
Goes number 3 off the board.
No, they had the first pick. They had
LeBron went first.
was that? No, it was.
LeBron
Yeah,
supposed to go too.
Melo went 3, and he was supposed to go 2.
No,
They
Darko
took
went
Darko Miller. Yeah, they took Darko Miller.
If Melo goes 2, he is the minimum top 10 player of all time. Minimum. That is the floor.
You got to think about it though, because like
Detroit have.
Listen, they were
just defense,
that was 03,
defense.
right? So the draft was 03. Do you know what year the Pistons beat the Lakers?
Hold on, stop everything. What is your take on Melo right now? Like on Carmelo Anthony. What is your take? What's his weaknesses? Tell me what he's good at. What he's not good at.
He's a shot creator.
Mhm.
Whenever you think of Melo, you don't think of like a defensive lockdown.
No.
But
But-
just a shot creator. Just
Pistons won a championship on defense.
So you think about this, okay? So that they had Chauncey Billups playing small, or not Chauncey Billups. They had Tayshaun Prince playing small forward, right? So say you replace Melo with Tayshaun Prince because Melo's starting, or even if he doesn't, he's a 6 man. He comes off the bench, whatever the case may be. Melo's playing with Chauncey Billups, Rasheed Wallace, Defensive Player of the Year Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton, all defenders. All 4 of them guys I just named elite defenders.
just like dogs.
He's just gonna
He
pick
ain't
up on
not
some
Chauncey
stuff.
Billups. And he's not the best player on the team. He might be the best offensive scorer. Really not. Rasheed Wallace is the best scorer on that team, even with Melo. But if you look at it, okay, so when Melo came into the Nuggets, who the fuck was going to tell him what to do? He was the best player on the team. He gets all the shots. He's the best shot creator. He's the best scorer. He's the best defender. He's the best dribbler. So nobody can say shit to Melo. But
He's gonna get bullied. He's the
fucking-
rookie. He's the rookie.
They're not taking that shit. You have to play for a championship team. You can't play out of a role. There's been no championship team in history of the NBA that had a player who was playing out of his role. If that makes sense. So Melo would have had to play his role to win because not only did they win the championship in 04, they went back in 05 and lost to the Spurs. And then 06 is when LeBron finally beat them. LeBron never gets if Melo goes to the Pistons, when does LeBron get out the East? Because 06 is when he finally did, and they're not beating the Pistons then. He didn't get back to 07, 08. Like, LeBron didn't get back to the finals till 11, right? That was the second finals. Well, maybe Melo would have been off the Pistons by then because that's when he went to New York. But at the end of the day, I think he would have been something special.
Who'd have thought?
Podcast flip.
You have any takes on Carmelo Anthony?
Dude, I think he's a veteran guy that every team should want to have.
The legacy of Carmelo, not even just in 2022.
He said if Carmelo went to the Pistons in the draft, he said that he would have been top 10 player of all time.
I mean, I think he's pretty close to it.
Because he'd picked up on the defense that the Pistons were like using at the time.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's pretty close to it. Melo's legacy's pretty insane.
He has a pretty good legacy already. But he would have won
The
championships.
year, what's his name? 2013, Bron won MVP. He wasn't undisputed because one vote Melo. Melo got
2013?
Do you remember when Melo, didn't he put up like LeBron had the greatest rookie season ever and Melo had the second greatest? It was the same season.
No, Melo should have won Rookie of the Year.
Same conference.
The only reason Bron didn't have better stats, his team had to work. Melo made the playoffs as a rookie. He averaged more points, more rebounds, less assists.
Yeah, but LeBron is LeBron, so he's going to get the best.
But Melo had better.
He wasn't LeBron then, you know.
Yeah.
But all I gotta say is, go Vols.
we already talked about that.
That was the first thing.
That was the first thing we talked about.
Talk about it.
You got something to say about it? We talked about playoff implications.
Whoever scores 41st, Tennessee versus Georgia is winning the game.
I don't think Georgia's a 40 scoring team.
I don't either.
I don't think Stetson Bennett is a scoring.
Me neither.
40 scoring guy.
I think Tennessee's gonna score it first.
I said earlier, I think we can win by 2 scores.
I think dude, Stetson. I don't think.
Yeah. Hey, there's a scenario where Tennessee runs away with it. I don't think there's a scenario where Georgia runs away with
I
it.
don't think so either.
All right. Go Big Orange.
In college football, you look back at it. One, like, if not the most important thing about a college football team that must win a national championship is quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Who has a better quarterback?
And the thing is, you can get away with a bad quarterback if you have a fucking all-time. If you have a 2000
Last year,
if you have a last year,
Georgia's
if you
defense,
have
yeah.
8 players getting drafted, if you have Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, and Sean Taylor, if you have Trayvon Walker, Jordan Davis, if you have all them guys,
Even like a bad quarterback could have like a really good playmaking receiver.
or like you can win with AJ McCarron if you have a fucking
Bama defense.
Bama defense. They
Yeah.
don't have a Bama defense.
No team does. No team does this year.
They don't have on offense. They don't have a Julio. They don't have a Derrick Henry. They don't have. Who's their weapon? Their best weapon on offense is
Jameer
the fucking
Gibbs.
tight end.
Jameer Gibbs.
I'm talking about Georgia.
Oh, yeah, they have 2. Yeah, honestly,
Their
and they're-
best weapon on offense is the fucking tight end.
I mean, he's good.
He is.
He's
good,
really
I'm just
good.
saying, But schematically,
It don't make sense. Yeah,
That's not a championship.
their best wide receiver went to Bama.
Yeah. Light skinned dude. Tremaine Burton.
Tremaine Burton. Yeah, and he's not even the number 1 at Bama. It's what's the? It's Drake something.
I don't know.
I know. You're
Oh no.
But yeah, Georgia just doesn't have that like the formula. You can see it. Last year they could win with Stetson because they had James Cook, fucking who else in the backfield? They had Pickens, they had Brock Bowers, they had so many weapons, and that defense was stupid. They don't have any.
Yeah, they had Pickens wasn't there till the playoff though. Pickens wasn't there.
I know, but I'm just saying they had guys.
Yeah,
They had Burton.
Brock Bowers went off. Yeah, I mean, then that defense was just
And now they
unstoppable.
got what's his name, Washington. But
I mean, they had him last year, but and then they don't even use. Have you seen Eric Gilbert? He's supposed to be supposed to be the greatest tight end ever.
Georgia has the greatest tight end.
that
Honestly. No, I always say this. They have the number 1 and number 2 tight end recruits of all time, and Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
yeah, I think Brock Bowers is the best in the room.
You think Brock Bowers? Yeah, easily.
But
Right now, I just think Darnell Washington and Eric Gilbert are like.
I feel like the team, you gotta have something about you that makes you a team that you like. Makes you that team. Like, I feel like you can make an argument for every team as a unique reason why they should win. Like Tennessee, offensive firepower. Ohio State, offensive firepower. Like Clemson, they're just a well-rounded team. Like they're just a well-coached team.
Ulungule, how you say it? Ulungule, he's playing pretty good. Ukulele.
Yeah,
Clemson's defense.
Clemson, he's playing good this year.
that defense looks good. Like, and they're just a good coach team.
All right, I got something for y'all. All right, we got College Pick'em, ESPN College Pick'em. Cincinnati, number 21 Cincinnati versus SMU. Cincinnati's 5-1 on the road at SMU. I think Cincinnati is easily picked there. Toledo, Buffalo. I don't even know either team. I'm going to go Toledo. Okay, LSU, Ole Miss. At LSU. Ole Miss for sure.
LSU.
I don't know. Their defense is good. You Drew taking LSU? I'm going to go Ole Miss. All right. Game of the week, college game day, right? UCLA, Oregon, at Oregon.
Give me UCLA.
Give you UCLA? Who are you?
Okay, hey.
I think I'm going
You
UCLA
think it's a
too.
lot of easy place to play.
It's not. It's definitely not.
All right.
Quarterback comparison. Who you got?
Bo Nix versus DTR.
DTR.
It's DTR.
Yeah, easily. Okay. Texas on the road, Oklahoma State.
Is Quinn back? He's not.
Quinn is back.
Tex-
He's been back.
Texas-
Well, they almost lost last week to Iowa State.
Give me.
And if the receiver, I saw he was graded highest PFF grade. He dropped the game-winning pass against Texas.
Give me Texas.
I'm going Oklahoma State. Memphis, Tulane.
Flip a coin.
Yeah, I mean the number 25.
Games out of
Number
except for
20.
the last one.
Well, we got
Two of them.
BYU is easily going to beat Liberty.
All right, Minnesota.
Penn State, Minnesota. Penn State.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
And then
don't
I'm going to
think
go
it's a game
USC, UCF, or ECU.
UCF would
I
be
mean,
insane.
Okay. Second biggest game of the week, right? Yeah, probably.
like that. Or third.
Second or third, Texas and Oklahoma State. TCU, Kansas State. I'm going TCU. Yeah, I don't see him. I don't see him losing.
It reminds me of that Trayvon Boykin.
I will say, they might not lose a game this year. I think Tennessee would beat them by a couple scores.
But that's the thing, though. Like, it's in football, any team can lose.
Yeah, I just the Big 12 this year. It's just like, where's the defense at, man? Like, where is even the SEC is not having that good of a defensive season, but like there's some you can see good players.
Yeah.
But where's the defense at in the Big 12? It's missing.
I
It's
don't
just
know.
not there.
If you looked at
It's a non-factor.
2 years ago,
Unless you're Texas.
the SEC, LSU was putting up 40 every game. Bama was putting up 40 every game. Georgia was putting up 40 every game. Fucking Tennessee put up.
Offense is taking over the game of football.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think any team. I think that style, the style that everybody used to hate, like early 2010s, everybody used to say SEC is better because it's
Very hard-nosed defensive
it's
football.
brand of football. I think the reason the SEC is better is recruits. I don't think it has anything to do with schemes or.
Oh, for sure. No, it's definitely recruiting.
adopted the
Coaching, too.
yeah, I'm saying though, as far as like style wise, Pac-12 and all that, they've been running spreads and shit like that.
Yeah.
The SEC is just now starting to like run more spread out off like Heupel.
Heupel,
It's
yeah.
the 2019 LSU, but like there's
Well, Missouri when Heupel was there, because remember they had Drew Lock.
dudes.
Heupel's resume with quarterbacks is
There's
insane
rare
if you think about it. Did you remember when Utah State had that quarterback?
Yeah.
He put him in the Heisman conversation to start the year after, and then he left to go to UCF. Nobody even thinks about that. Drew Lock, he has a Heisman winner at Oklahoma and Sam Bradford, right? Yeah. Heupel has a really good resume with quarterbacks. I don't even think Hendon Hooker is as good as people think he is. And I'm a Tennessee fan. I think he's very, very good. Heupel made him.
So
I think he's like a Geno Smith guy.
No, yeah, I don't think he's going to go in the NFL and be like a top 10 guy.
Geno Smith.
I think Joe Milton will be better next year. If all 3
Joe
years,
Milton has more role.
I know, but 3 years in the Heupel offense, you saw him, his flashes. I think he's going to go and win a Heisman next year at Tennessee.
So that within the next 5 years, rank the Tennessee quarterbacks you think. Like
All time?
No. So say from now 2022, Hendon Hooker's career, you have that.
Hendon Hooker's career, Joe Milton's career, and Nico Yamaliava. I don't know what to think about Nico Yamaliava yet.
Nico will have the best career.
Yeah, I think he will, but then again, those big raw talent guys, sometimes their decision making isn't there.
Yeah, but even in that offense, you don't need to be quick.
He's just, he does have good decision making. Like I watch his 7-on-7s, but that's 7-on-7s.
If you watch his high school tape, it looks a lot like the Tennessee offense.
Yeah.
His high school runs those wide splits.
His high school isn't good.
Roll out.
He is the reason they're good. He is their defense sucks. His receivers suck. Heck, I saw him. One of his picks on the season. A dude, he threw a bullet across the middle to a guy, and it just went through his hands, hit him in the face, and was popping there. It was a pick six.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Ramel Keaton will catch that.
So you said Joe Milton 1, Nico 2, or Nico 1?
I think
Because Joe will probably get 1 year.
Joe's gonna get 1 year, so Nico 1.
But it could
No,
be
I'm gonna-
like, it could be like a Mac Jones year.
Hooker.
Mac Jones is the best Bama quarterback of all time.
Okay, if I'm gonna say
Play for 1 year.
C.J. Stroud is gonna win Heisman. I'm gonna put that out there right now. Unless he loses to Michigan. If he loses to Michigan, if Tennessee beats Georgia and then wins the SEC championship with Bama, it's Hooker.
Exactly.
It's Hookers easily. But C.J. Stroud loses to Michigan, it's for
I
sure.
think at this point it's all about win-loss record.
I'm gonna go right now. Right now for my prediction.
Heisman.
Yamaliava 1, Hooker 2, Milton 3. Milton's does not have enough time to just.
But
He only
Mac
has 1 year.
Jones had 1 year. Mac Jones, to me, was better than Alabama than Hurts, Tua,
Ooh, Bryce Young.
Aaron. Before that.
Tua?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
He had a
true,
better
true,
career
true.
to me, too.
Good point. I don't know. If Hooker wins Heisman and then Joe Milton wins Heisman, then you got to go Hooker because he had an extra year. Unless Hooker has like a Joe Burrow top season where he goes off.
I think it's possible.
Hooker just doesn't make mistakes.
Who's going to New York? I got Hooker, Stroud. Those are the for sure fire guys going to New York. You think Bryce Young gonna make it to New York? Well,
He missed the game.
he lost to Tennessee and missed a game. 2 games
I'm
actually.
going buddy from Michigan. What's his name?
The running back, yeah, he's
Corral.
no, it ain't. What's the running back?
Corum. That's what it is.
Yeah, that's it. I'm going Caleb Williams. I don't know. He lost. I don't know. I just feel like he's going to turn on and win the conference championship. So I got to go Caleb Williams. He's too good not to.
I feel like there has to be a deep.
What has DTR done this year? Like, it's just that I don't.
If they go undefeated, if they don't lose, if they win out, he's going to New York for sure.
Who? Oh yeah, for sure.
But that's the thing with a quarterback. Like you have to. I feel like it's about the record. So I think there were only 2 quarterbacks.
Well, Gibbs was on pace. I think he still can maybe make it to New York.
He
But
had 14
you said something about a defensive guy, Will Anderson. He had a terrible game against Tennessee.
There hasn't been like a.
There's no chance.
No, I don't think there's going to be a defensive guy in New York this year. It's going to be all quarterbacks, and then the Michigan running back.
There's only 4, right?
Well, you can get as many. They've had 6. They've had 2. They've had 3. They've had 4.
Should be 2.
It's just I don't know. Getting an invite is just like it's a way of like I don't know. Getting invites, it's like an award in itself.
Yeah.
I think
That's what I tweeted out at the end of last show. I said Hooker Heisman candidate. The Hendon Hooker Heisman candidate. What did I tweet?
I don't know.
I pinned it, and you commented. It was like, "Come on now."
I said he's not going to win it. I said he could be in it. If you check, I said he could be in it.
No, yeah, and I did. I tweeted. I said Hendon Hooker 2022 Heisman campaign is underway. Start of 2021 this year, or no, December after our win again, or after our loss against Purdue. And then you commented and said, "Oh, brother, here we go." Tennessee fan being a guy. I said, "Is it really that far of a stretch? Didn't he win? He didn't start the first 3 games of the season. Finished second in the SEC in passing yards and
Which I
touchdowns."
never said that.
I said, "Still got to compete with Bryce and CJ, and that's not happening." It's happening. It is happening. It is actively happening.
Okay, he beat Bryce. Did he outplay Bryce? Let's be honest. Who had the better?
Did he outplay him?
I don't. Bro, Bryce Young. If that's any other quarterback in the fucking
I don't know.
world,
That his receivers weren't.
Alabama gets
Bryce Young did have a better.
when they're backed up on the. How many times?
I don't know, man. Come on. I mean,
Hold
who?
on, let me finish. How many times did Alabama backed up on their goal? like fucking
4 or 5.
several, and especially that
2 times balls went in the end zone. He almost got sacked twice
bro,
in the end zone.
You know
He
how
got
difficult that is. And the play where he's scrambling, there were so many times he just fucking running the backfield like mad.
that PI. The PI.
What about the PI?
The PI
Bro, that's
should have been an offensive PI. But Bryce just made a play.
Bryce did not make a mistake all night.
He made was it Aaron Beasley? He made him look stupid.
He was stiff.
Juke, shoulder dip, juke 3 times. Had him on the ground twice. It was insane.
I was just watching that show. I was like, he's special.
And then the play on the goal line where it's like 4th and goal, and he fakes like he's gonna run, and the linebackers come up and he just tosses it to tight end. Like Luka. I mean, Luka can do that type stuff.
There was one where he was scrambling around for like fucking 5 seconds, and then he ran up like he was like, his foot was right in front of the
Line of scrimmage.
yeah, and he did it like, dude, that was it was insane. And he was playing his ass off. I think him and CJ will both be special in the NFL.
All right, we did our college picks. You want to do NFL next?
I don't want to do picks.
Well, I want to do picks. Like, who's going to win for the week?
Punch total up games.
All right, okay, so Thursday night, Saints-Cardinals. Another terrible Thursday night game. Another very bad. It's going to be low scoring.
Get your shit together.
I think it's Amazon. I just don't think they want to give Amazon a good game. I don't know what it is. I like listening to Kirk, but I like listening to Kirk, but it's just it's terrible.
Get your shit together. Why the fuck? Why are the Saints and the Cardinals playing on Thursday night?
Big games this week. We got a couple interdivisional matchups that are going to be big. Falcons Bengals to start off. It's not a divisional matchup. It's not a conference matchup, but it's going to be a good game.
Listen, that game, I say, the Bengals offensive line has been struggling all season. The Bengals offense has been struggling, especially compared to the last season, relatively. So the Falcons defense, they've been getting to the quarterback. So I think they'll get at Joe Burrow.
Their offensive line
I
sucks.
think he'll eventually make a mistake, throw a pick or two. He'll take a couple sacks. So I don't think their offense is going to be kicking like that. I think they scored around 20 points. I think their defense, the reason their defense was so great last year
Pass rush.
was the front seven, that pass rush. It's not the same this year.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not great at stopping the run. So the Falcons, one of the best running offenses, if not the best running offense in the NFL.
Dude, I'm looking at the slate. Dude, the Sunday night game this week and the Monday night game this week suck. Why? Like, I don't get. Yeah, I'm going Falcons there.
Going Falcons.
It's kind of. Who do you go matchup wise cornerback? Because that's kind of a key. T. Higgins. Who you putting? AJ Terrell or you put Casey? I think Casey goes on T because is he bigger?
I like the AJ Jamar matchup.
I don't know. I think it has to happen. It has to happen.
He has to get his revenge.
Yeah, his revenge from the national championship gotta happen. Colts Titans gotta go Titans. They beat the Colts. The Colts have not.
10
Dude, let's look at the Colts. Who they've played. They beat the Chiefs. Fraud. They barely beat the Jaguars. They tied. They got blown out by the Jaguars in week 2. Didn't score a freaking point.
Okay, since then.
I don't know why you ain't targeting Pitt. When you target Pittman, you score. That's all I got.
I think
it happened this week. I know. It was a good game a couple weeks ago.
It always is.
Yeah. Titans Colts is underrated.
Give me Colts.
I'm going Titans.
Yeah, the Colts.
It's in Nashville.
Matt Ryan, what's his? Matt Ryan.
Lions Cowboys. Is Dak back this week?
I don't care. No, they better recruit.
I'm going. No, listen. Jameson's back this week. I'm going Lions.
The Cowboys have the best defense in the NFL. That's the defense we were talking about.
I know. I'm good. You got
Micah Parsons, top 5 defensive player in the league.
you got Josh Reynolds back. You got he's good. What
The Cowboys.
He's State Farm agent.
he used to play for the Titans.
No, we're going Cowboys. Shut up.
No, I'm going. Cooper Rush is terrible. If he plays, I think he's not good.
Jared Goff's good.
Huh?
Jared Goff is good.
Hey, you got Lizzie, Alma Rock, Jameson
We
Williams,
never went through other teams.
DeAndre Swift, Javante Williams, or not Javante
We
Williams.
never finished with other teams.
I know. I'm just saying.
I'm talking about their quarterback.
Oh, we never did. Cooper Rush ain't good. That's all I gotta say. Dak better overtake. I get the defense is literally carrying him right now. Trayvon Diggs has certified himself as a top 5. What did you say? Top.
7.
All right. I got another top 5. You're going. I'm going Lions. I'm going Lions.
All right, give me the Cowboys.
All right. Packers Commanders. Packers easily. No, I'm
They look like shit.
go Pack go. I guess. Buccaneers Panthers. Bucks.
Give me the Panthers.
You're going Panthers? Baker sucks.
No,
Baker is terrible.
I said the Bucks win, but I don't like the Panthers win. I said the Bucks.
Hey, we're beating them at the end of the season. That's all I got to say. Okay. Giants, Jaguars. Giants. I'll get the easy games
Actually,
ever.
you know what? Jaguars. Give me the Jaguars.
Yeah, I like the Jaguars too. Their defense. Is
No,
weird.
I like-
Their defense is weird.
I'm going Giants.
They're not going to get ran all over.
I'm going Giants. Jets, Broncos. Jets. Russ looks terrible. Zach Wilson's look decent. Their defense is pretty good. Sauce is the top 5. That's another one.
One thing I hate about
Sauce is a top 5 quarterback. He's a dog. I don't know. There's a lot of good cornerbacks in the league. Ain't been like
the
this.
thing about Sauce is like he is good as fuck, but I feel like it's such a. So many people like. I don't know how to explain it.
All
It's
right.
almost like he's overrated but properly rated at the same time.
All right. Matchup of the week: Texans versus the Raiders. Hey, honestly, it's gonna be a good game.
Derek Carr.
I think it'll be high. I think it'll be high scoring. It might be something fun to watch.
Two flamethrowers.
I'm going Raiders. I won't be watching it, but hey, it might be a good game. Raiders. I'm going Raiders.
Give me the Raiders.
Seahawks,
Give me
Chargers.
the Chargers.
Chargers. I'm going
These
Chargers.
fucking games suck, dude.
Yes.
There's
Like at the Monday night and Sunday night game. You have fun with this one.
one good game I've seen. That's what we're coming up.
What, the Chiefs and 49ers? Chiefs.
Niners.
But the Niners are playing close. But give me the Chiefs.
Hey, look at the wing team.
That's it. The Niners didn't stop the fucking Falcons.
Yeah, they couldn't stop it. They're going through 12 passes.
14 passes, we fucking completed 13.
Our defense locked up, though. Our defense locked up.
Niners have a bounce back week.
No, I'm going Chargers. I'm
I
going
can
Chiefs.
see that.
I can see that, too.
But I'll get Chiefs.
All right, Sunday Night Football. Prime time. Dolphins, Steelers. Prime time. This is Sunday Night Football. It's the game of the week.
Give me
Monday Night Football.
the Steelers.
Here goes. Tua's back this week, right?
I don't fucking know.
If Tua's back this week, I'm going Dolphins.
Steelers are coming off a big win.
Yeah,
Mike
true.
Tomlin's never had a losing season ever. I don't think this. Fuck.
Look at this. No, if Tua's back, I'm going Dolphins. If not, I'm going Steelers.
Monday night. Are you fucking
Monday night. Here we go. This is the game of the week.
versus Justin fucking Fields.
Oh my! You got Patriots easily.
Give me the Bears.
The Bears. Here you go.
I'm gonna go Patriots.
I'm gonna go Patriots.
I'm a Zappy fan.
You're a Zappy guy.
I love the
You big Zappy guy.
I love
Is it Zappy or Zap? It's Zappy. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I mean,
I think Fields.
I don't see
He'll never
Fields.
figure it out in Chicago. He'll figure it out possibly if he gets the opportunity. But it definitely won't be in Chicago.
You wanted the Falcons to go with Justin Fields.
If the Falcons have Fields and Arthur Smith's offense, he's a fucking. At the very bare minimum, he's a top 15 quarterback.
Yeah, the Bears have ruined, and then you could see it from a mile away. The Bears ruined
What
Justin Fields.
Marcus Mariota is fucking awful compared to this.
He's terrible.
Justin Fields can run just as well.
Mhm.
Mariota cannot. People say Fields cannot read a defense. Mariota cannot read a fucking defense.
Developable.
Mariota does not. Once he has one read and then he just fucking scrambles around. He doesn't do it, and then he just runs. After his first read, he's no good.
Is Desmond Ritter the key? Is Desmond Ritter the guy? Or do we draft a quarterback this year?
Well, he needs a fucking. He needs some trial. Like he needs.
Yeah, he needs some. He needs
But
to.
the thing is, we're winning.
He looked good in preseason. That's preseason.
I say he needs to play. Listen, his hometown is Cincinnati. He's from Cincinnati. We're playing in Cincinnati this weekend.
Why not?
Bengals. Why not? But even if you don't, okay, even if he doesn't come in this week, he needs to play some games just to see, because let's say we get the wild card, or maybe we win the division, whatever the case.
I think we're gonna win the
Win the
division.
division. Wild
I
card.
think we're gonna beat Brady. It's gonna be poetic.
Say we have the 20th pick, right? We're not going to have enough room, or we're not going to have a low enough pick to draft a quarterback. So if you're thinking future quarterback, it either has to be a signing, a trade, because you're not going to be able to draft your guy that late. Like, it's in this NFL, you have to get a guy early. So
Thoughts on Will Levis?
not a guy.
A lot of people love him, so I do not think he's good.
So it either has to be the quarterback has to come from a signing. Kyler hasn't resigned yet, has he? Yeah.
No, he wants Lamar. I'm behind it.
Kyler
Carry on the legacy.
Did Kyler get his resign? Okay.
Mm,
Well, I don't know if he did. If he did not, he's a free agent this year. I think he might have resigned.
I think he did. Yeah. We'll have to check that later.
Anyways, somebody will eventually become a free agent. This year, the guy who hasn't resigned his contract has been fighting it for 2 years, 2 off seasons. Lamar Jackson. Lamar's angry. He's fucking. Why would he want to play with the Ravens? The Ravens.
I will say he did promise them the Super Bowl, and I think he's not a guy to go back on something he
I
said.
think everybody.
Well, AJ Brown, I want to be a Titan the rest of my life. Then request a
Kyrie
trade.
literally on opening night on the Celtics court
Yeah.
said he was going to be a Celtic forever and never.
Well, Kyrie's an idiot. He might have C. He might be the only basketball player to ever have CTE.
I don't know.
He's stupid.
He is. Shaq, I think Shaq's done this as well. Shaq, this is the thing. I don't know. It's just
Shaq's hilarious.
He's not though.
He's a hater.
He's a hater. Like,
Charles is hilarious.
he's always talking shit about like Joel and Jokic. Like, all right, Shaq would have scored on them. He would have got his. They would fuck Shaq up. Like Shaq is not guarding Jokic. He's not guarding Embiid. He's not guarding when he was talking shit about Dwight Howard in his prime. He wasn't just going to dominate Dwight Howard.
All right, let's wrap this up. We've been going an hour. He's got work in a minute, so we gotta.
Well, looks like this was a good first episode.
Had a fun. I had a good time.
We had some good topics. What did you think about it?
It was a good time.
I had a good time.
Same time next week.
Yeah,
Same time next week. Okay. We will be back on the Unnamed Sports Podcast. We'll see y'all.